Chairman, as I brought up in our agenda meeting on Friday, the idea that we look at school speed zone cameras is we just got through approving a $5 million plane with a big camera on it. The sheriff has cameras all over Polk County, license plate readers. Everybody has doorbell ringers, except me. I don't have a doorbell. But if I had one, I'd probably have a ring camera there. So they're everywhere. But I caught wind of this, I think it was on Channel 8 or Channel 13 the other day, what was going on in Hillsborough County and some of the test work that they were doing there. Looked at some articles, looked at one in Gwinnett County where people are going through school zones at in excess of 100 miles per hour. The legislature a couple of years ago created this opportunity for counties to look at contracting with people. I guess you could even do it on your own. I don't know. I hadn't looked at that, whether we could go out and put our own cameras up, but that wasn't the idea that was talked about on TV. But in the meeting on Friday, Stacy said that the bulk of the money goes to the camera companies, and so I was looking at that as well. And in fact, the statute, it's $100 is the fine that can be levied for somebody that exceeds or goes over 10 miles an hour or greater over the speed limit through a school zone. $60 of that comes to the county, and one company is getting their arrangement is $21, so $39 stays with the county. Additionally, to make up the balance of the $100, $12 goes to the local school district for security, $3 to the statewide law enforcement fund, training fund, and $20 to the state of Florida. So that's actually how the breakdown goes. And so when you look at that, obviously the county gets the majority of the money, more than anybody else, with $39. And but I'm not an expert on it. I know Randy's going to get into it, at least that was what I understood. But I don't think that there's anybody in this room that thinks that it's a good idea to ignore folks that are driving through school speed zones active at something greater than 11 miles per hour. The numbers, and I can't quote them directly off the top of my head, but I think it was 26,000 people in 3 different zones in Hillsborough County in a short test period that were going greater than 10 miles per hour over the speed limit. You all understand that I'm sick and tired of the way people are driving these days, because I like to talk about it frequently here. And I think for us to pass on this opportunity when there's no cost to the taxpayer would just be, we'd be negligent if we don't give this a serious look and see if we can get some of these people under control. We've had a couple of students that were killed just recently, one up in the northeast around the Point Siena area, one in Lake Wales. This morning there was somebody killed in Pinellas County riding a bike. I don't know that they were going to school, but I mean, we are some of the worst in the country when it comes to pedestrian. Where's my DOT? Where's my MPO people? We hear it all the time. It's dangerous to be walking or riding in Polk County, and we're not going to be able to change that. Certainly not anytime soon, if ever, but we can do a better job of protecting our kids when they're trying to go to and from school. I just invite anybody to go out to Markham Road and Socrum Loop by Lake Gibson Middle School one day and just look at that. It's pretty scary to see what goes on out there. And those crossing guards, I don't guess they can do too much about it. But anyway, the cameras will help if we decide to go that route. We'll change some behavior with it.
And Neil, just to be clear, Randy is going to come back with a overview of how the whole thing works.
That's my understanding, was the direction of the board
At the next agenda review, correct?
That's my understanding.
Okay, yeah, I think it's definitely worth looking into.
I also want to make sure that we consult with the sheriff and that we also consult with the school system, and we just all work on solo, because I want to make sure if we agree to this, we have all the information that we need to make a proper decision.
Rick?
Martha, you just said that, consult with the sheriff on it. Well, I can tell you this right now, the sheriff is 100% against it.
Oh, really?
Correct. It's kind of like this. He says, and I feel the same way when it comes to this kind of stuff, kind of old fashioned. I know technology has come up, but, he thinks the human being factor ought to be in it. He can put more deputies around, but it's just not the school zone, which that's very important, no doubt about it. But, this is a big county, and, you know, he, just saying that, he is not for it. And so he is the one that will have to issue the tickets. We can't issue tickets. The people that, my understanding, the